Órale, Cholo Truck, los tres chingones, boxing shots, other chingones y chingonas. All right, man. Um, like I was telling the boys, I have not kept up with boxing yesterday or today. I just barely started getting into it. I saw the weigh-ins today just because it was opening day for the Dodgers. I was there, and for today, I've been a little crudo, Holmes. You know, I had a good time. I had a good time. So let's bring in el gran chingón, el mero mero, one Mysterio Contreras.
Hey Ed, what's going on, man? Listo. Let's talk boxing, man.
Let's do it, man. Let's get into it. And let's bring in the boxing scientist right here with something to prove from Mikey TV 365. One Mr. Mike Zavala.
Gentlemen, vámonos. Listo para la pelea. Vámonos.
Listo. What's up, Mikey?
What's up, Dave? Chilling. What's up?
All
Everything
right,
good?
here we go.
All
Vámonos.
right, man. Yeah, shout outs to Campos, Demetro, Puerto Rican Rum, Gordo, Gordito, Cule. All right, fellas. Well, first, I mean, we'll talk about what happened last weekend. Mono Ramos gets back into the ring after 2 months of being off and moves down in weight. He looked good. He looked good, man. Ever since you guys told me about Migallo, I started checking it out. I've probably watched about 3, 4 episodes, and I'm like, you know what? This is one of my new favorite shows right here, man.
It's
I
good.
like it.
Yeah.
I like it. And Gabe Rosado, for those who don't know, Gabe Rosado, I got a special place for him in boxing because he was never the best, but he always brought it, and you had to kill the guy in order to stop him because he
Oh,
was
yeah.
just that was a true gladiator right there, man. So,
Yeah.
um, yeah, David, what do you make about Mono Ramos? He moved down to 154. I remember last week you saying like, you know what, that's probably not the place for him. What do you? I mean, he did good, man.
You know, last week, my wife and I, we have date night once a week, and usually Thursday nights, because that's a night that I don't have anything. The other 3 nights, I got the podcast. But something happened this week. I forgot what it was. So we had date night Saturday night. So I had it all figured out. We went to St. Petersburg. I mean, literally, I had it all timed out because I wanted to be home by 9 o'clock because that's when the fights usually start here in the East Coast. Dude, I get home at 9 o'clock. I turn on the TV. I go, I got an hour to spare because the main event is usually on about 11 o'clock. At 9 o'clock, it was like the second round of the Fundora fight. So I missed the Ramos fight. You know what I mean? Because I mean, I don't know why it was on so early, but it was on Prime instead of DAZN or ESPN. So I missed it, but I did Google it. I saw some of the previews or some of the
The highlight.
highlights of it. You know what? I like him better at 160. I think he would be better at 160. The only reason why is because the competition isn't as great as it is at 150, 154. I just don't see him competing against the Russians. And I keep saying the Russians because you know what? They're a threat. They're all four of them are very, very good. And Virgil Ortiz. Fundora, I think he might get past Fundora, but dude, Fundora isn't the gallo at 154. It's those Russians and it's Virgil Ortiz. I would recommend go to 160. I think he would be more of a threat at 160.
Oh, we'll definitely get to Fundora in a second, man. Mikey, Mono Ramos. I mean, 160 is wide open, man. That 154 is just a bunch of sharks with super
Yes.
duper sharp teeth right there, man. Should he just go to 160? I mean, he looked good after 2 months of a fight. Moves down in weight. He looked good, man.
Yeah, he looked good. I mean, it's a showcase fight, right? It was against
Mhm.
a nobody. And I see Mono Ramos fight. He's a one-trick pony, guys. He just moves his head side to side, and goes straight in. And he's an inside fighter. Goes to the body, shoots, goes to the body, goes to the body, catches shots, goes to the body. Yeah, he's one-dimensional. But if you want to be the top dog or want to compete at 154, it's not gonna work, man. That's not gonna work. We've seen Virgil had to adapt and change his whole his and have more arsenal, more tools in the toolbox to compete at 154. He wasn't walking through guys. And you seen Virgil in the mid-range. You seen him boxing the outside feints. he brought the bag his last fight, and he was forced to do that because he knows that at 154, nah, I don't think he can beat your Gallo. Talking about Gallos, Ed, the Puerto Rican kid. What's his name? The Puerto Rican, Sander.
Xander?
Can't beat
Okay.
Sander. Sander has more tools in the toolbox. Sander's better, but he definitely won't beat Fedora. Definitely, I'll put my money. You know what? I'll quit the show if he beats him. How about that?
No, please don't, Mikey. No,
Do
no.
that, man. All right, look.
I
Okay,
sound like the lawyer, huh?
hey, look, check this out, man. I don't get it, fellas. I do not get it. 160 is wide open.
It
Why
is.
are guys acting like they're allergic to 160 pounds, man? I somebody, because that weight division is dead. It is dead. Nobody cares about that division. Somebody go there and light that sucker on fire, man. And Mono Ramos, I don't know if he could be the one to do it, but he definitely bring a little bit more eyeballs, a little bit more excitement to it. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if he'd make that division like a superstar division, but it's wide open, man. Go get it. Go. Why are people just like dudes like I'm a be at 154, I'm gonna, 160. Like somebody, somebody make that transition, go to 160 and take that sucker, man, because it's dead right now. It's dead. So when it comes to Mono Ramos, I like him. I do. I think he does stand a chance against some of the guys right there, but I don't think he could be top dog. I really don't believe he can. I think he could put up some good fights and have some good fights, but I don't think he could be the guy at that division. No, if he goes to 160, maybe so. Who do you got? You got Yanni Beck, which he's pretty good. He's a pretty rough character. Lara, who's I don't know, 60 years old. I mean, Adamas. I mean, some of these guys aren't even really active, man. So go up there and take it, man. I don't get it. I don't get it. He looked good at 160, but again, he looked good at 154. But like you said, Mikey, yeah, it was a showcase fight. So once you get up there with the top guys, we'll see what happens. Guys, let's move on to that main event. Let's move on to the towering inferno Sebastian Fandora um in there against Cordell Booker. He started busting Cordell Booker up pretty early. Booker looked lost. He looked like he didn't know what to do. It looked like he didn't know how to handle Fondora's pressure. He didn't know how to handle the height. He didn't know how to handle the reach. He just looked lost, man. And Fondora did what he was supposed to do. I'll start with you, David. Then I'll go and we'll leave Mikey for last, man, because I know Mikey's got some things to say here. How do you
So,
make about Fondora, David?
you know, Ed, I agree with you. He did what he was supposed to do. We had never heard of Booker, and I don't think we'll ever hear of Booker again after this, to be honest with you. He did what he was supposed to do. Can he compete with the other four Russians and Virgil? I don't think so. That's why I think that his next fight is probably going to be against Sayas. That'll be a good fight. That's going to show us where Sayas is at. Even though I think I got Fundora on that one, but it's going to at least show us where Sayas is at. But against the Russians and against Virgil, no. He did what he was supposed to do.
I Yeah, he did what he was supposed to do.
It was a showcase
And
fight.
yeah, it was a showcase fight. He did exactly what he was supposed to do. And I'm gonna stick by my guns, man. I don't see anything that we
Special.
we we text we text after the fight, and I said I think I can easily name 5 dudes that would beat him.
Yeah.
He's champion, but I think he's champion a little bit by default. Now it's not his fault. It's not his fault. Fundora didn't do anything wrong. It's not his fault that Tim Zhu leaned forward and got busted in the head with the blood. So it's not his fault. But 154, man, I just said it's a bunch of sharks with very sharp teeth, and I don't think he's one of them. I don't think he is, man. I think quite a few of these guys would
Who
put
beats him,
this
man?
guy to
Who
sleep.
beats him? Who beats him?
Virgil Ortiz beats
Virgil
him.
Yeah,
beats
Virgil.
Sergey Sergey Boacek beats him.
Okay.
Murtalov, the one that knocked out
Mertazaliev
Zoo. He'll beat him.
Mertazaliev beats him. I
Yeah.
think Tim Zhu in a rematch beats him.
Oh.
No,
I-
I,
yeah,
I don't
He
know
just got
about
knocked out.
but I think Madripoff beats him. I think Madripoff beats him.
Madripoff when he
think-
has 12 fights.
Well,
I think Madrimov has a good chance. I
yeah,
think he has a good
Madripoff
chance,
beats him.
Mikey.
Yeah,
Virgil
Yeah.
Ortiz exposed Madripoff. He doesn't even shoot. All he does is this.
yeah, but you know what? Fundora isn't Virgil Ortiz.
Yeah, I think Pandora's gonna just jab at him and fight in the outside. This guy just
I
keeps,
think
all
he'll
he
beat
does is this.
By
Yeah.
the way, by
That's not how
Yeah.
you win fights.
him.
Nah,
by
man.
the way, okay, wait. Let me throw this one out there, Mikey. By the way, I want to go ahead and say this. I think maybe even Xander Zayas beats him.
No. He's
Yeah,
not even proven.
yeah.
He hasn't
Yeah.
fought anybody. He
Wait,
hasn't fought
okay.
anybody to prove it yet. He hasn't fought anybody to prove
Oh,
it.
let me tell you guys this. Those other guys that I was naming, I think those guys would stop Fundora. Xander Zayas, I don't think he stops him, but I think he outboxes him. Yes, I
don't
do.
know,
I think
man.
he
You know what?
outboxes him.
I would have loved to see Sayas fought Lubin. You know what I mean? I would have loved to see
Okay.
him fight somebody at a higher level. He hasn't fought anybody at that level. You know what I mean? He hasn't fought anybody at that level. You know what? I would have loved to see him fight, like I said, Lubin.
That'd be good.
Even Mono Ramos. I mean, I like to see him fight him. I mean, you're giving this kid a championship, two belts when he hasn't fought anybody. Tell me one person that was an ex-champion, or I think there's one that was like 50 years old that he fought. But other than that, dude, he hasn't. Who has he fought?
I'm with you, David. But the rankings are what the rankings are. I'm with you. Has
Sure.
he? There's a lot of guys that he could fight at 154, and he
hasn't.
hasn't yet.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about the champions, I think Sebastian Fundora is like on the bottom of the barrel when it comes to
Yeah.
that.
No,
So
you're right.
you know, so-
But
and by the way, we're just talking about Mono Ramos, Mikey. I think Mono probably has a good chance against
Mono's a one-trick
Sebastian.
pony. Mono's a one-trick pony. Fundora's been in there with some good comp.
Yeah, he has, man. Lubin. I mean,
Fundora,
that
he
was
won the titles. He's been a champion. Has Mono Ramos ever been a champion?
no.
I mean, this guy has champion pedigree. Tim Tszyu can't beat him. Madronov can't beat him. Zayas can't beat us. Charlos can't beat him. Yeah, he's in the bottom. He's like number 3, number 4 in 155. Virgil will knock him out. Buyachik and the other Russian, yeah, they'll Murderlock. They'll stop him. They'll stop him. Well, other than that, he could compete. He's 6'5" with a jab. He does have a little. He has power. He's got experience, and he's a freak of nature. He's 6'5".
Hey, Mikey, what do you think about him going to 160?
Yeah, he's got the height. It's just like the guy that beat that Cuban. He's 6'1". So the Mexican one that beat the Cuban, he made him quit at 126. That's a freaking nature.
Espinosa.
Oh, Espinosa.
Divino Espinosa.
126. Yeah, he's got to move up. He's 6'5". I don't. I believe in him. Like I still believe in my boy from Tijuana, the kid Munguia, even though he got knocked out, but I still believe in him.
Yeah.
I believe in him. I believe in the Eterno and the Inferno, whatever his name is.
Okay, Mikey. What do you want to see next from Sebastian, the Towering Inferno?
Let me get him versus Zayas. Let him be the testing for Zayas if he's all that. He's the promising Puerto Rican fighter because he's been talking a lot. He wants Virgil. In other words, he wants his career to end because Virgil will knock that kid out. Shoot, Virgil's been in there with Lions, and Virgil had to adapt. Dude, this guy's just cloud chasing. But put him with Fundora. Let's see what he can do. And if he stops Fundora or even gives him a boxing lesson, then you know what? I was wrong in both cases. That Fundora sucks and that Zayas is a contender, not a prospect.
David, what should be next for Fundora?
I still have Zayas as a prospect. I don't even have him as a contender yet. You know what I mean? But yet he's going to be a contender for 2 belts. But I'm with Mikey. You know what? I want to see him fight Fundora. That's what I mean. I'm sorry. I want to see Fundora fight Zayas. That's what I want to see next. because you know what? He can't compete against the Russians, and there's no way he's going to compete against Virgil. And you know what? His manager is that idiot Lukowitz or whatever that guy's name is. You
Oh,
know what I
Samson
mean? I
Lukowicz.
mean, he's David Benavides's manager, so you know he's going to keep him away from the Russians. Definitely going to keep him away from Virgil. So I mean, look who we're dealing with, a mentiroso. He's a big mentiroso. This guy Lukowitz, whatever his name is.
oh yeah.
I tell you, Samson Lukowicz looks
There it
like
is, Samson.
he,
You should call
he
him
looks,
Delilah. Should call him Delilah.
yeah, man.
Forget the name Samson.
He looks
Mentiroso, Pinocchio. Pinocchio.
like a shady used car salesman
Oh
from
yeah,
1988 in Miami, Florida, or something. He
yeah,
looks like a wannabe Scarface movie character or something like that. Like
yeah.
he looks
And
odd,
I
man.
agree with JC. Lokowitz.
Loco.
Lokowitz.
Yeah, loco. He is loco.
Let me see. At 6'5", he's awkward for any opponent. I
Yeah,
believe so.
yeah, yeah.
I do think the height, whether he uses the height or not, I still think a fighter has to, because you can't train for that in sparring. You know, I mean, if you're fighting at 154, you're really gonna have to get some heavyweight to spar with, but the guy that you're fighting is not a heavyweight. So it's really hard to, spar and get used to somebody, being that much taller. So I think that does work in his favor. I'm just like, I just I'm not saying he's a terrible fighter. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that, man. I just don't think as strong as 154 is right now, I don't have him anywhere at the top.
No.
And I get he has two belts, but I don't have him anywhere at the top. He's not the worst. He's not terrible. He's not bad. I'm not even saying he's bad. I think he's all right, but he's nowhere at the top, man.
And you
Like I
know
said,
what, Ed? He's a
Isaiah.
good kid. He's a good kid and a good ambassador for boxing. I mean, him and his sister, I mean, they're good people, man, Pero skills pay the bills, man. And I'm with you, Ed. I'm with you 100% on that.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, what's going on, Pastor
Hey,
Zamora?
Pastor,
Um, yeah. So let's see. Hopefully the Xander Zayas fight does happen. Hopefully it does happen. I'd like to see that because I don't know. Do you guys want to see Sebastian in there against one of these killers? Do you, David?
yeah, why not?
Okay.
Why not? I mean, it's boxing. It's boxing. If we're going to pick a killer, Virgil Ortiz, because now Virgil Ortiz will have two belts. And then he could have Sayas fight somebody else and have Sayas, whoever top rank's going to give him, and he's going to win Crawford's belt, and then have Virgil Ortiz. Now he'll have three belts. So yeah, why not?
Okay. Okay. Hey, Pastor, I appreciate that, sir. Definitely appreciate that. I did get a chance to see for the first time. I got to see Lester Martinez fight, and yeah, I made a video about it. He
Oh yeah, what
looks
did you say
good.
about him? 'Cause I didn't get to watch the whole thing.
He got knocked
Okay,
out, right?
No, he
Lester
won.
Martinez
Lester?
got knocked out.
No, no,
Which
no.
one
He
is
won
he?
by knockout.
Which one
He
is?
won by knockout.
Oh, he's the one that fought. What's his name's fighter?
G Funky's fighter.
Lee
Yeah,
Funky's fighter. Okay, that's the guy.
he got knocked
Okay,
out.
yeah,
Yeah, he
that
got
dude is
knocked out.
good, man. That Lester
He
Martinez.
okay. I'll tell
Yeah,
you guys about this, man. So it was a pro box fight, right? I've heard of his name, but I've never seen him fight before. This is the first time I see him fight. He's at 168, where Canelo is at, where all those guys are at, right? This was his 19th fight. Uh, his opponent, this was only his 10th fight, but he was undefeated. Lester went in there and mopped him up. He did. I'll tell you guys this, man. What I see from Lester Martinez, shouts to all the Guatemaltecos, um, he's good, but I don't see anything that stands out. I don't see anything like, oh man, that footwork, or hey, that ring IQ, or man, that power, damn, that speed, or wow, that jab, or he does everything well, but I don't see anything where he's elite at. There's not one thing where I'm like, man, damn, this guy cuts off the ring like extreme, like that sticks out. Nothing sticks out. He's just a overall, well-rounded fighter, but there's nothing special that I see where it's like, man, you know what? This could be the next guy. So, I
who's his
mean,
trainer, Ed? Who's his trainer?
I
Gomez.
don't.
Bomac.
Oh, what was it, Bomac? Yeah, yeah. You know what? I think you're right.
He's in
It was
the
Bomac was
Crawford
there.
training camp. He's getting them ready for Canelo.
That's
That's the
right.
guy that's getting them ready for Canelo. If that's that guy that's getting you ready for Canelo, man, Crawford's gonna get knocked out in the first round.
That's right. It was Bomac
Bomac,
that's there.
Bomac.
Yeah,
JC just said right here that he's training with Nacho Berenstein.
Maybe
Or he
before
was
he
training.
has, maybe before. Nah, Lesser. He probably was, but nah. This fight, he's with Bomac and the Guatemalan coach, the Latino.
Well,
That's with him.
before he was.
before
Well, you know
before he
what?
was.
He's
Yeah, that's right.
training.
Bomac was there. That's right. That's right. Bomac was right there. Yeah.
Well, you know what? He has a good chance, man, of definitely improving, right?
He can
Yeah,
grow. Yeah, he can
He can
definitely get
improve.
better. He can
Yeah.
get better. He looked good. I'm just saying there was nothing that stood out to me where I'm like, wow, man, this guy looks great. But he looks good. Can he be in there right now? Now that he has 19 fights, I still think Caleb Plant beats him. I still think Munguia beats him. I still think obviously Canelo. I still think a lot of these guys at 168. But who knows, man? Maybe three, four, five more fights
But
under
can
Bomac.
Berlanga beat him? But can Berlanga beat him?
You know that's interesting. That is interesting. I think Lester Martinez is a much better boxer than Berlanga. I think the only thing that Berlanga brings is that how big he is. So how much punishment can he take? And just kind of overwhelm his opponent. That'd be good. I mean, heck, he's back in the mix. He scored a 1 round knockout. 2 weeks ago against a guy that just got out of prison, did 10 years. He knocks this guy out, and oh well, I guess he's back doing his victory laps. So let me see. I believe they train in Nebraska. Yeah, yeah, that's where the Crawford camp is at. That's right. You're right, Mikey. Yeah, Bomac. Yeah. So all
That's
right,
good.
gentlemen, we have quite a few fights going on tomorrow. Something that's flying way under the radar. Venado Lopez fights tomorrow in Mexicali. If you guys want to go ahead check that out. But let's go
Hey,
ahead and let's.
Ed, before you
Yes, sir.
forget, did you notice? I mean, just to show you, man, one day you're a hero, the next day you're a zero. I've always lived my life with that theory, literally. I mean, one day you're a hero, and the next day people forget about you. And Venado Lopez, dude, his fight isn't even televised.
Mm.
His fight's not even televised. And look at, I mean, he was way up on the stack. He gets knocked out, not even televised, man. I don't even think it's televised in Mexico on Azteca. That's literally, I was looking to see where it was, not even televised. But I mean, just to show you how this world is, right?
yeah.
And this is just what 8 months ago that he got knocked out.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
to
Well,
show you
hey,
how this
hey,
world
you know
is.
what?
Yeah,
I'm gonna rent a van. Whoever wants to shoot down, jump in the van. We'll drive down to Mexicali to go watch it.
Mexicali.
So,
Yeah. What about
all
it?
right, fellas, we do have an ESPN card tomorrow. Bruce Carrington gets in there against this guy Vivas. I don't really know anything about him. I like Bruce Carrington. Mikey, what's your thoughts about Bruce?
Is it the European guy?
No, the
Montenegro.
Morenillo, Bruce Carrington.
Man, it doesn't. Right now, I'm shooting a blank or whatever it's called. I can't remember Carrington.
He's he's an upcoming fighter. I think there's a little bit of a showcase fight for him. David, any thoughts?
You know what? He has a big mouth. He has a
Yeah.
big mouth. He has a big mouth. He hasn't. He's fast, but he's not great. He's not going to be the next Mayweather. Put it that way. He's fast. And you know what?
Uh,
Tomorrow's probably going to be a showcase fight. He fights what at 140
no, he's fighting at 126.
or 126. Oh, that Bruce Carrington. Okay, yeah, he does have a big mouth. That guy's pretty good. That guy's going to be a champion. That guy's pretty good. But I would have thought that by now they would have had him fighting for a belt or somebody, a well-known name. But no, it's going to be easy work for him. He's good. He'll be a future champion.
Yeah, yeah. They were really asking him a bit about fighting Espinosa, and he had a lot to say about it.
Yeah, there's
We'll
a
see
big
what
mouth.
happens. We'll see what happens after his but I'm assuming after his victory tomorrow. We'll see what
Yeah.
happens with that. Let's move on to the co-main event, fellas. After a long hiatus, when this guy nobody knew who he was until he got the victory. over
Santillan.
Giovanni
Santillan.
Santillan. Brian Norman Jr. finally, finally returns to the ring against Cuevas, the Boricua. Um, I didn't know who Brian Norman Jr. was before that fight. Yes, he lit him up. Yes, I was impressed. But every time we talk about 147 pounds, it's like his name is somewhere at the top. Is somewhere with those guys at the top. And I'm like, okay, that was one fight, man. One fight. And we haven't seen him ever since. There was talks about him fighting Boots Ennis. He priced himself out. It's like you get one fight that made you somewhat relevant, somewhat of a little bit of a star, and now it's like you're demanding. You're demanding all this feria. You're champion. You're a star. You need all this money, and for that, you're not getting any of these big fights. Now you got this fight, Mikey. What do you make about Brian Norman Jr. in this fight, but against the Boricua Cuevas tomorrow?
Yeah. I and before when I was at work, I was like, easy work, a showcase fight, and maybe it is. But Brian Norman Jr. hasn't been in the ring for what, a year, and then I
Yes.
looked at Cuevas. Cuevas hasn't been in the ring for like a year and like a year and 2 months, something like that. But I looked at Cuevas' record. His last four fights, he has KOs. And I was looking at his highlights. He's not that bad, man. He's not that bad. He kind of fights like Brian Norman. So it's gonna be a banger. He's gonna come forward. He's not a boxer, and Brian Norman comes forward and he's a strong fighter. So hopefully it's a good fight, man. And like you said, Ed, and even I like Brian Norman, but he's only had one great fight versus Santillan, and he destroyed Santillan. Beautiful. Was it a was it a one hit wonder? We have to see. But this guy Cuevas, he's young, he's Puerto Rican. I don't really know him, but I've seen his highlights and his record. He's coming out 4 wins with KOs. He stopped his opponent and whatever. So and according to the highlights and what I see, it's gonna be a good fight, man. As long as it lasts, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. What's his name? Derek Cuevas. He has a record of 27, 1 and 1. So, it's not like his record's all beat up either. But
How many knockouts, Ed?
that, let me
He has a 70%
see,
KO ratio, but he has good knockout.
17. So, out of 27 wins, he's got 19 knockouts.
Does he have anybody that we know on his resume?
I haven't looked at his resume,
Yeah, he
but
knocked out what's his name? Man, the name. Let me look at it again. I just saw the highlight. I think Teofimo knocked him out in the lower divisions, or he moved up. Let me see. Cuevas.
um, but this is Norman. Norman's been out of the ring for a while. David, what do you make about this fight?
I don't know nothing about Cuevas, man. And you know what? Brian Norman, he was supposed to fight Boots Ennis, and they couldn't come up with the numbers. I can't wait to see him. I mean, I had never seen him or heard of him prior to fighting Santillan, and I was one of the ones that was bagging on him. I thought it was just a showcase fight for Santillan. Dude, he made a believer. He beat the crap out of Santillan, and Mikey called it that night. And I want to see him. I want to see him fight once again, and then now let's put him in the ring with, the winner of Boots Ennis and what's his name, the Russian guy that was supposed to fight
Emonte Steniones.
Chingones. Yeah, put him in with those guys. That's going to show me a lot because right now I think that he might be actually, I think Barrios is probably the weakest champion at 147 right now. So tomorrow's going to show me a lot.
Yeah, he's been in the ring with Prescott. Just real quick, guys. I just saw it.
Mhm.
Cuevas been in the ring with British Prescott.
Okay.
That's his.
British Prescott. Yeah. Okay. You just mentioned another name right there, David. Mario Barrios, another guy. He's just unactive, man.
Mhm.
He's just not. He's not fighting. Like, man, what's going on with these dudes, man? At 147 as well.
This is interesting what Tony has right there. That's interesting, huh?
I think Steniones go and give Boots a run for his money.
I
Yeah.
hope so. I hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boots
Uh,
gets hit. Boots gets hit.
yeah. I I still think Boots takes it to him though, dog. I do. I think Boots takes it to him. Now, look, I'll say this about this fight tomorrow. When it comes to Brian Norman, yes, I am really interested in this fight because just like you were saying, Mikey, is it just a one hit wonder? Did Giovanni, did he just kind of overlook Brian Norman Jr.? You guys remember when we went through Brian Norman's record?
Yeah,
My David, you were going over his opponents. A lot of these dudes had more losses than they had wins,
they did.
and it was like, good gosh. I think one guy, you're like, hey, he's got like 21 losses and like 10 wins or something.
Yeah.
What the
Yeah.
heck is going on here? So yeah, I'm really interested to see. Okay, I mean, is Cuevas the bar to show us how great he is? Probably not, but I think it's at least a little something to show us, be consistent. Like, yeah, look, I am this damn good. Yes, it wasn't on Giovanni. It was me beating Giovanni. It's not Giovanni just having a bad night or me just having lightning in a bottle type of night. No, you could see my skill set. And here I'm putting it to this Boricua kid. I don't I don't really know too much about Cuevas either. I'm hoping he puts up a good fight. He is a little older. He's what, 30 years old, where Brian Norman is 20. Let me see. I got it
I
right
think he's
here.
24. He's the
He's
youngest
24.
champion. Yeah.
Yeah, he's 24. Cuevas is 30 years old. So I am interested in this, man. I do definitely want to see this fight. Mikey, how does this fight end?
It could be Cuevas could be the Brian Norman versus Tantian. It's just a guy that we don't even know who he is. Like we didn't know who Brian Norman was. Cuevas is good, man. I like his footwork. I like he uses the high guard. He's strong. He shifts. Like he's not gonna be fighting in a straight line. No, he moves to the side. Boom, boom. He throws his combinations. He has a high guard and he has little tricks up his sleeve. So it could be a surprise, man. And Cuevas could probably win the fight from what I've seen on tape. Brian Norman is not. You got to show me more, man. Not just the Santillan fight. So it's a good fight, man. It's a good fight. But I'm gonna go for Norman. I'm gonna say Norman because I know him a little bit better and I like his skill. But don't be surprised if this Puerto Rican guy gets the upset win.
Which is what he should have been doing. Even if he's fighting a bunch of no-name guys, just keeping yourself sharp, man. Just showing what you could do and score some bigger fights. But he's just trying to live off that Santillan win.
Yep.
David, how does this fight end tomorrow?
You know what? I don't know nothing about Cuevas, so I can't predict it. But if I were going to predict it, I would say Norman by decision.
Okay. That's basically the route I'm gonna go. I don't really know too much about Cuevas, but I did see the weigh-ins today. Both of them look sharp, man. Both of them look like they're game on. So I'm hoping it's gonna be a good one. And Brian Norman, I think all the pressure's on him. I think he knows all eyes are on you, man. You've been talking a big game. You have not been taking any fights because you think you're above some of those fights and some of those paydays. Like those things are beneath you. Well, hey, homie, now you got to show it. Now you got to show it. So I think the pressure is definitely on him.
You know what,
Fellas,
Ed, before we continue,
mm,
the 147 right now, it's boring, man. You know what I mean?
yeah,
With Boots and these Vatos. But you know
yeah.
what? It's gonna start firing up because I see Teo going to 147. I see Ryan Garcia going, Devin Haney. All these dudes are gonna go to 140. They can't make 140 anymore. I see them. Maybe this will be their last fights at 140 other than Ryan Garcia. So I see, you know what? It's gonna stack up, and these dudes are gonna come in and fight the Brian Normans, fight the Stadonias, fight the champions at 147. So let's give it about 6-8 months. We're going to see it get fired up again.
Okay, it's boring. I'm with you, David. It's boring, but not because the guys are boring. Because I'd like to see some of these
They
guys
never
fight.
fight.
They're just, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
It, it,
inactive.
it's
Yeah,
it's not even that they need to fight each other, which would be good, but they're not fighting. Period.
no, they're not fighting.
And yeah, and that's what I say. It's like just stay active.
Yeah,
Stay active. Brian Norman, if you cannot reach an agreement with Boots Ennis, homie, you should not have stayed out of the ring that long. you could have fought another 2 times, maybe even 3 times, even if it's against a bunch of nobodies. But you're staying active, you're showcasing, you're knocking dudes out, even if it's a bunch of dudes nobody knows, that's fine. But you're looking, your name is building. It's like, oh man, you get the boxing world talking. Instead, you got your dad over there on social media running his mouth. You're staying out of the ring. Guy, we only have one thing to go off, and it's against the Geo fight. And man, I forgot how long ago that was. So, like, and you're acting like all those numbers, all those paydays, all that stuff was like so beneath you off that one victory. Dog, that's all we have to judge you on, man. So 140. You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? The most exciting thing going on at 140 right now is Ryan versus Rolly.
Hmm.
147, I mean,
147.
147. The most exciting thing at 147 pounds is Ryan versus Rolly. Gosh, and I can't wait for that. Damn, I can't wait for that, man. I'm so pumped up for that. Gentlemen, I know you guys don't really watch too much women's boxing. I've been becoming more and more of a fan like in the last 4 years. And one fight that I saw last year that I thought was like one of the best fights I've seen, man. That is Michaela Mayer versus Sandy Ryan. Look, to you guys, to anybody watching, if you guys do not watch women's boxing, I highly, highly, highly recommend this fight. The first time around, it was a badass fight. I was live on here covering it. Gosh, what a great fight, man. And there's bad blood between the two of them. I saw the weigh-ins. Great stuff. I'm a fan of Michaela Mayer representing LA. Sandy Ryan from across the pond. She's no punk, man. She brings it. And there's controversy between their camps. And last time somebody threw a can of red paint on Sandy Ryan. There was a whole conspiracy thing going on right there. But David, are you gonna watch this fight?
Dude, you're not a good car salesman. You didn't convince me.
Ah,
You know what? I don't know. I don't think I will, man. You know what? If it's on at the same time with Cepeda, I know we're going to talk about it at Farmer. Dude, I'm going to concentrate. I'm going to have two TVs on, but I'm going to concentrate on Farmer. Dude, I just can't get into women boxing, man. But like I said, if it's not at the same time, then yes, I will watch it, but not excited
man,
about it.
man. Hey, everybody in the chat, man, try to convince these guys to watch this Michaela Mayer Sandy Ryan rematch because it is damn good. Mikey, you gonna make time to watch this fight? I mean, it's the main event on the Brian Norman
Yeah.
fight.
Yeah, I mean, I'll maybe. Why not? Nah. Why
Well,
am
well,
I?
maybe now, maybe now. Mayor got a
Oh, because
banging body.
Demetro.
Maybe now. All right. Thank you, Dimitro.
All right, I'll watch it.
Ah, man, I don't. Okay. Hey,
Is she
man,
is she from LA, Cholo?
M-
I think she's
Michaela
from
Mayer.
LA.
Yes,
Really? What part of
yes.
LA? Hollywood?
I don't know. She just says L.A. I don't know. I haven't really looked that deep into it. I don't know. Maybe
Hmm,
like Eagle Rock or something.
really?
I got no
What?
idea. I don't think she's.
Californian. Then I
Uh,
will.
I,
Californian, yeah.
I would say this. She's not from like the barrio or anything like that.
Mhm.
Um, but that's what I'm saying. I
She
don't know.
wasn't
Maybe
Wera? She doesn't tattoo Wera or anything? Wera?
no. So
Gata? Gata?
Like, be nice, eh? Be nice.
like like green eyes or something. Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
very
no,
nice.
no, no. Your Costa sister, she
I know
find her
you.
I'll look
Castavaya
it
and
up.
them. Yeah, I don't know, she's Eagle Rock or I don't know, Encino or something. I don't know, man. Right? I don't know. But anyway, hey man, it's gonna be a great, great fight. I highly recommend it. That I've been waiting for this fight. Man, I tried to get credentials and I was declined. So
Where's the
I was
fight at,
denied. In
Cholo?
Vegas. In
Or Vegas?
Vegas. It is in Vegas, man. It is in Vegas. So
She's from West
uh
Hills. Where's West Hills at?
West Hills. Okay, yeah, like I think the San Fernando Valley. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's just that area over there. North Ridge, West Hills, Woodland
Okay.
Hills. Yeah, that's yeah, she ain't gonna be from the barrios or anything. But nonetheless, home she's representing LA. So I'm a fan of hers, and by the way, she can throw down. She can throw down.
You
That's
want her to
correct.
win, Ed? You want her to
Yes,
win? Yeah.
yes, yes, I do.
Did she win last time? Did she win last time?
She won last time, and there's bad blood because, and maybe I'm getting the details wrong. If somebody could correct me, so her camp, Michaela Mayer's camp, or one of the trainers or two or whatever, ended up leaving her and going to Sandy Ryan, and now trains Sandy Ryan, something like that. And there's like bad blood between the two of them. And I saw it. It's a whole novella. It's a whole soap opera, man, with these two chicks, and they hate each other. They hate each other. And before Sandy Ryan, the day of the fight, their first fight, she walked outside and somebody threw red paint on her, and nobody was able to figure out who did it. There were
That was in New York, right?
that one's in
New
New
York.
York.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So
I
this
remember
time
reading
it's
that.
in
Vegas.
Vegas. So yeah, Green Eye, Bandita.
I got it.
I like her, but both of these girls, straight warriors, straight gladiators, man. Shouts to both of them, man. They're going to put a good one. If Ryan wins, we got to see a trilogy, and I'm all in, man. All right, gentlemen, to Cancun, Mexico, we go where it is la revancha of one William Camarón Zapata and Tevin Farmer. The way into this one, it was pretty lit up, man. I like the energy. Tevin Farmer's really feeling himself. Um, I've heard people say that there was no need for a rematch, but they gave their explanation. They're like, "Hey, listen,
It
they
was
thought
controversial. It was
I
controversial.
well, yeah, I wasn't so sure Zapata won that fight, man. He
Yeah,
even got
neither am
dropped.
I. Neither am I. I
Yeah,
agree. Yeah.
but the controversy in all of this, gentlemen, is the fact that Tevin Farmer kept coming out saying, "Hey, we never got drug tested before or after the fight, and it was in the contract that we were supposed to get drug tested, and we never did."
Mhm.
So there's definitely controversy going around there for that. Tevin Farmer's feeling himself, man. He looked like he was ready at the weigh-ins. He looked flashy. He had his sunglasses. He looked ready. A little pushing and shoving. Let's do this. I can't wait for this fight because the first one was good. David, how do you make of this fight, man?
Dude, I'm a huge Cepeda fan. I
Yeah.
was predicting a year ago that he's going to be the next Canelo. I don't know about being the next Canelo. I like Cepeda a lot. Um, but Farmer's the real deal, man. You know what I mean? Farmer is the real deal. For people to say that he's done and over with, he's not. I mean, that guy at 135, have him fight Shakur, have him fight some of these champions. Farmer is the real deal. Even if Cepeda knocks him out tomorrow, Farmer is the real deal, man. He's the real deal. Former champion, has that blood in him. Um, I got Cepeda by decision, but I think it's not going to be controversial. I think it's going to be decisive this time. Cepeda is going to be a different fighter. And once again, he never complained, but his hand was hurt. I don't know if it happened, Mikey, during the fight or before the fight, but he wasn't the same Cepeda. So I got Cepeda by decision, not knockout, decision.
Okay, okay. Mikey?
Yeah, I'm gonna echo what Dave said. Farmer is a veteran.
He's
You
good.
can't look good against. He's got some losses, right? He's been stopped, I think, but he's
Against
been
Jojo Diaz.
Jojo Diaz beat him.
Yes, Jojo Diaz beat him in Miami during the Super Bowl. The night before the Super Bowl in Miami, he took his belt away, but Jojo Diaz looked like a monster
Yeah,
after that.
And Jojo Diaz never gave him the rematch either.
No, never gave him the rematch.
Apparently, it was in the contract to have a rematch, but I think the contract expired. Basically, Jojo Diaz didn't want a rematch with him. Tevin Farmer has a record of 33, 7, and 1. So yeah, he's got quite a few losses, but the guy brings it. But go for it, Mikey.
no, he brings it. It's hard to look good against, and if you do beat him, it's gonna be a hard fight. Uh, hey, he dropped Cepeda. He hurt Cepeda. Cepeda is good. His offense is his defense, but he does commits defense. He has defensive flaws, and Farmer could he could take advantage of that, and he could even hurt him. He could even stop him because we seen it. We talk about my thing is about the percentages. Oh yes, this yes that. Farmer doesn't have the best power, but if you hit it nice and you turn your shot, and if you don't see it, you could get knocked out. So he can hurt him. He could possibly stop him. I'm talking about Cepeda. But Cepeda, it was only a 10-round fight. So Cepeda was gaining warm up. Although you guys are saying, or Ed, you said that he might have lost the fight. I'm talking about Cepeda. He's a 12-round fighter, and the last 2 rounds, the momentum was going to Cepeda. He was working the body.
He was.
And so if it goes 12, I'm gonna agree with Dave. 12 Cepeda by decision because he's gonna Farmer's a little older. This guy's gonna out hustle him and just shoot shots. But don't be surprised if Farmer hurts him again or even stops him. How about that?
Yeah, it could happen.
Yeah.
Okay, Mikey, you pointed out something right there. Last fight was a 10-round fight. This is going to be a 12-round fight. So if we're going to the distance, we're going into some deeper waters here. So that's for sure, and that's a lot of pressure, man. That Zepeda just keeps on bringing. Another thing that you mentioned, Mikey, that I think is worth noting. Um, Farmer only has 8 wins by knockout. Only 8, and that is out of 33 victories, man. So you're right, man. I mean, I don't know how much he really packs in his punches. Whereas Zepeda has 27 wins by knockouts or stoppages, right? I mean, the guy drowns you with punches, man. They just keep on coming. So whether he knocks you out or the referee has to get in there just because he's just overwhelming you. But my point is that 8 stoppages, like that's not promising, man. I will say this, man. The fact that he only has 8 stoppages, I mean, does that say something to you, Mikey? The fact that he actually drops Zepeda? What is
That
that? What does that tell you? Okay, so what does that tell you about his power? The fact that he only has 8 stoppages in over 30 fights, but yet he was able to drop Zepeda.
yeah, that means Cepeda is not in the best shape, which he is. Or Cepeda's chin's a little iffy.
Mhm.
Or I mean, guys, I've been proven wrong. You could get hurt by a guy that with no power, as we seen with Mungia. It's just a perfect shot that you don't see right on the chin, right on
Yeah.
the money. You can get hurt. A guy with no power. So and Farmer has the ability to do that. He's sharp. He's sharp. He got him perfect. Perfect. Boom. Right on the side of the head, right on the jaw. Perfect. And he dropped him. Was he completely hurt? And he wasn't on Queer Street. But it was a flash knockdown, and Cepeda was in good shape. But it does tell me something like, hey, Cepeda's chin's a little iffy because he got hit by a guy with no power. So yeah, it did tell me a lot, Ed. A guy with no power.
Okay. Hey, David, I mean, we should mention it. Is there anything in the drug test for you? Why it was in the contract? Why no drug test? Because personally, I think this is the only reason why we're getting this rematch.
You know, I don't know, man. It can happen, but I mean, I don't see Cepeda being juiced up. You know what I mean? Especially fighting with Panda. Panda has a very good reputation. We've never, I mean, in my world, where there's smoke, there's fire. We've never seen the smoke with this guy, or even with Panda. With other trainers, we've seen the smoke. This is just something. Oscar's not that smart. You know what I mean? Where he's gonna make sure that they don't get tested. It was just something that was probably overlooked. Bada, somebody screwed up, but I don't see that being a making a difference because on all the other fights, he was tested and he looked much better than he did against Farmer. You know what I mean? He looked much better against all the other 27 fights. So that doesn't make sense to me. He looked terrible against. He wasn't the same Cepeda against, unless he was taking heroin maybe, or maybe even taking fentanyl instead of something to build him up. You know what I mean? So no, yeah, and I agree, JC. Oscar needs to be tested. No, I don't think it had nothing to do with it. No, because he
Listen,
looked worse.
Whatever testing Oscar does, man, is gonna end up breaking that system. So I mean, it's gonna go off the
Hey,
rails,
hey,
man.
hey, not getting off the subject, but what happened to Flatback Thursday? It's been 3 weeks already. Is it over now?
Yeah,
I
you said it, Dave. You said it, Dave. He said competition's getting better. Dana White's in the building in the game. You're like, forget that. I got to get my act together. Remember you said
Okay,
that?
well, good. Did he
Yeah, there's
really say that?
competition.
Yeah,
Huh?
good,
yeah,
good.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Hey, Mikey, is there anything there for you with this whole drug testing thing? Because, like I said, I think there's really, honestly, truly, honestly, I think this is the only reason why this rematch is happening. Because Tevin Farmer will not shut up about the drug testing,
but
nor
Ed,
should he.
but
I'm
Ed,
not
he
saying he
looked
should.
worse. Ed, he looked worse. If it
Okay,
would have been steroids, he would have looked great. He looked worse. I mean, compared to other fights, he didn't. I mean, if it would have been drug testing because he's using steroids, dude,
Yeah.
he used the wrong ones.
Yeah, or there's it's not steroids, but it's those illegal what is it called? You flush your system to lose weight. He's
all
probably
right.
on some of that. Remember the Valdez was on that. It wasn't steroids, but it's some illegal
Yeah,
substance you take to lose weight faster
To flush everything out. Yeah.
flush everything out, lose and get muscle and lose something like that. He could be doing something like that too. He's having trouble making weight because he is kind of tall for that weight class. Maybe his body's outgrowing him. He needs to move to one. What is he? A 135er. He needs to move to
135.
140.
Mm.
Maybe he is a tall. Like I said, like you seen the weigh-in today. He's way bigger than Farmer. So maybe his body's not giving it to him, and he's taking something to lose weight. That's kind of weird. Why is he getting tested every single fight, but this Farmer fight he didn't? Uh, I mean, like Dave said, Panda's not dirty, but why didn't he get tested? That's the question.
Oh, this thing about Panda, man. I saw a video or an interview of him talking about that they reached out to Shakur and that they wanted to do a Shakur fight. It was a Peto versus Shakur in the undercard of the Canelo fight. That there's enough time, and that Shakur said he didn't want it. That there's not enough time. Shakur's hands are busted up, so that's one of the reasons. So I don't know if they're really trying to avoid Shakur or if they're just it's just not lining up. I don't know, man. But seeing Panda talk, I just couldn't get around the fact that, hey, homie, there's something off about you about this particular subject. I think you're lying or you know what you're doing. You knew that Shakur is inactive right now due to his hands, and that's why you're throwing this out there. But I'm not so sure you really want the Shakur fight, Holmes.
really, you think so, Ed? I mean, I
I,
don't see fighters being scared of anybody, man.
mm,
I mean, I
I,
don't see fighters, bro. I mean, you're a fighter. You know, I just don't see it. I don't see it.
I,
Especially Camaron from
mm,
Mexico, dude.
mm.
I don't see it, man. I mean,
I,
do
I,
you really think Canelo's afraid of David Benavides? I don't think he's afraid of David Benavides.
no, I'm with you, David. That's why I said not Camaron, but Panda. Not Camaron. I do think Camaron would want to step in the ring. Yes,
I
but
think Oscar's afraid.
that's another one.
I think
That's another
Oscar,
one.
I think
Yeah,
Oscar is afraid. I think
yeah.
Oscar.
That,
Yeah,
I think,
that's
guys.
another
I
one.
think, gentlemen. Sorry. I think because if Tevin Farmer's a southpaw and Camaron, he doesn't know how to fight southpaw. If we go through his record, I want to see that. But this guy's a southpaw, and on paper, Shakur Stevenson is better, or even he's a better fighter. So if he had a hiccup with this guy, he might be hesitating. I'm not talking. We're not talking about Camaron, but trainer is probably hesitating. Like maybe he's not ready for Shakur. Maybe not yet. Let's get this Farmer fight and let's clear out the wrinkles or the little hiccups we had and then we'll get the Shakur fight because he did get stopped. I mean, he did get dropped. Never happened before by a guy with no power, and he didn't look the best, like Dave said. So he's not ready for Shakur after his last performance. He's not ready for Shakur. So let's see how he does with Farmer right now. 12 rounds, 12 full rounds versus a southpaw.
yeah.
JC, how dare you? All is hey, eat eat some eggs, some protein. That's all Connor Ban is saying. Just eat some eggs, get a little bit of protein in your system, and you'll be all right.
Eggs
Okay,
is funny, man.
so just to wrap it up, David, call it. How does this fight end tomorrow?
Decision, but it's not going to be a questionable decision. It's going to be by decision. Hey, what's up, Anthony?
Zapata?
Cepeda, yes.
Zapata by
But
decision. All
I
right.
agree with Mikey. If I mean, it'll be by decision, but if he gets knocked out or knocked down, it's not going to surprise me. It's not going to surprise me because, like I said before, you know what? Um, Farmer is the real deal, man. He's former champion. He's the real deal. He would give anybody problems. Anybody, any of the champions, he would give them problems. He's a good boxer.
Okay, but you're saying tomorrow Zapata
Cepeda
will
by
win
decision.
more convincingly that he did
Yeah.
last time.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Mikey, does
Yeah,
Farmer score another knockdown tomorrow?
maybe a knockdown. I'm gonna say knockdown because
Really?
Cepeda does have trouble with southpaws. So maybe another knockdown because he keeps his head right there on the side with that straight left. So he needs to of course training camp should have been good versus southpaws, but I think it's a 12-round fight, like I said, and
Yeah.
Farmer's a little older, so at the end, the second half of the fight, especially in the championship rounds, I think from what I seen the Cepeda fight last fight versus Farmer, at the end Cepeda was stepping it up and he caught up. Maybe he didn't win the fight, but he caught up a little bit. So it's gonna continue. The older fighter is gonna maybe fade out a little bit, and Cepeda, the younger fighter, is gonna shoot those shots, those combinations, and win the fight via decision. I don't think he's gonna knock out Farmer, but I think Farmer's gonna drop him or get him hurt.
Uh, yeah, man. I think the longer this fight goes, the more it favors Zapata. I think Farmer is gonna come out a little bit too hyped up, a little bit too anxious, a little bit too much like this is my revenge. Like I'm here to get it, man. And I think he's gonna come out a little too excited, and he's gonna burn out by like the sixth round, man. Sixth, seventh round, he's gonna burn out. He's gonna start fading off, and Zapata is in it for the long haul, man, for the marathon. When Farmer wants to sprint, I still think it's gonna be a good fight. I
Yeah.
don't know if it's gonna be as good as the last one was. I think Zapata I mean, Zapata's he throws a lot of punches, man. Will he throw as many punches tomorrow? I'm not so sure. Maybe not in the first half of the fight, but
Yeah.
I think he starts stepping it up later on, wearing down the 34-year-old Tevin Farmer, who has been there in a few wars already, man. So I do think Zapata wins tomorrow by decision. And I'm kind of with you, David. It's going to be a little bit more decisive. It's not going to be as a close fight. Because last time I was like, man, I think maybe even Farmer probably even won that fight. But yeah, yeah, should be a good one tomorrow. So we'll definitely see what's up with that. And hopefully Zapata fights a few more times this year.
Hey,
Uh,
Gordo Gordito, you what Gordo Gordito says?
Let me see. I just want to know what's wrong
Uh,
with Farmer's Eye.
Who's he going to be looking at?
Wait, there's
Um,
nowhere to send super chats. Nah, carnal. We're not there yet, brother. We need to get over what is it, 500 subscribers and so many uh I
views.
forgot views or something like that, man. I think we're doing pretty good on the views, but the subscribers are still not there yet where we could do that. But no, serio, man. We just appreciate everybody tapping in, dog, and talk a little bit of boxing. Anything else, gentlemen, before we wrap it up?
no, man, I can't wait tomorrow, man. It's going to be a good night of boxing. It's going to be a great night. Cepeda, I can't wait for that fight. And Brian Norman, and now Meyer and Ryan. It's going to be a good fight, too. You convinced me.
Okay. You know what? You know what I'm gonna say? That fight is gonna be the best fight this weekend.
And you know what? You've been really good at calling those. You've been really good at
This
calling those. You're right.
that
Yeah.
I'm telling it right here. Everybody record this. Everybody screen record this, whatever it may be. Sandy Ryan versus Michaela Mayer will be the best fight this weekend. So, and that's including the untelevised fight in Mexicali with Venado Lopez. So, if somebody's down there with a camcorder, you guys can record it and shoot it to us. But Mayer versus Ryan's gonna be the best fight this weekend. So, and I'll be watching it. But
Hey, brother, I just want to throw a quick shout out. Gordo Gordito retired 2 weeks ago from the Chicago Police Department, did 25 years with them. And right now he's literally on vacation in Texas. And look at the brother. He's watching us from Texas right now. He's on vacation with his wife and kids, and he's watching us. Gordo Gordito, thank you for your 25 years of service with the Chicago Police Department. God bless you, brother.
and he's gonna be living in Texas now, no?
I think he might
Is he
decide to move over there. And if he does a lot of training. He trains a lot of the kids in the barrios right there in Chicago, boxing. He has a boxing gym there. And I think he's going to take that to Texas with him. Good dude. Solid dude.
all.
Yeah.
All right, fellas. Shouts to Gordo Gordito. Shouts to everybody on here, man, that spends their time, their Fridays here with us as we talk some boxing. I'm going to be all over these fights tomorrow, man, especially the Sandy Ryan versus Michaela Mayer. So, all right. That is a Gran Chingon and Metal David Contreras, Mike Zavala, Mikey TV 365, Cholo Trucker, Los Tres Chingones Boxing. Whatever you guys do this weekend, be safe doing it. So we come back and do it again. Catch you guys on next round.
Gentlemen.